Hey, how you doing? George Anderson here. I'm just in the middle of filming a new sequence of 7 10-minute workouts for a brand new training program I've got starting on Monday. And one of the exercises in the very first workout that I just filmed was the burpee. A real standard body weight, metabolic boosting, all-round good guy of the workout world. But many people don't like doing the burpees because it's really difficult. And so we'll even go as far as to saying they hate burpees. I don't believe that for a moment, but people say it nevertheless. So what I thought I'd do is take one of the teaching points that I made in the video about the burpee, with that exercise, and show it to you guys as well, because I believe that many more people can benefit from doing it as an exercise in a workout, especially if it's putting you off doing a workout in the first place, because you see the word burpees and it makes you freak out a little bit. So this variant of the burpee is a really, really good way of just getting into the exercise, and it's exactly the same in terms of the principles. First of all, let me show you the standard burpee. I'm not going to do it with a press up because that adds another dimension. It's not necessarily hard, it's just different. So a standard burpee looks like this. We're down to the ground, we're jumping back, we're jumping in, and we're jumping back up again. Now it's normally this bit from here to here that's the difficult bit, and then back again from here to standing. The jump, most of us can handle the jump unless you've got any kind of real knee issues or anything like that. And most of us can get into the prone press-up position, but it's transitioning from standing to prone that causes the problems. So here is the workaround for that particular challenge. Start off with your feet wide apart. Right, when your feet are wider apart, it opens up the hips and makes everything so much easier. And not only is this a valid burpee variant anyway, it's also a great regression. That's what you need. So with your feet wider, instead of going down with your hands right in front of your feet, go out a little further. And that way you can actually reduce the bend in the knees and almost fall out in front. So you bring more of the weight onto your shoulders and off the feet. Notice how my feet are now a lot lighter on the ground than they are when they're here. They're heavy. So here is what I want to get to. So once again, feet wide, coming down, lean forwards and bring the weight onto your shoulders. Now from here, if you can, then you can jump back. Again, keep your feet wide, but then jump back in again and push yourself back up to stand. So that's kind of a version of the regression. I'll talk through that again in just a moment. But here's an even easier way of doing it. Down to the ground, hands go out in front, and step, step. Same finish position, the press up position. You can even add a press up in here if you wanted to. But from here, step, step, walk it back in again, and stand. Now, is that going to take longer to do that exercise, that version, compared with a standard burpee? Yes, of course it is. Are you going to get fewer reps done in 30 or 60 seconds as you would do with a standard version? Yes, of course you are. But that doesn't matter because it gives you access to that exercise. Because guess what happens when you do your reps like that? You get stronger. You build up your ability to move through those ranges of movement. You just get a little bit stronger, a little bit fitter, a little bit more mobile in those joints. And then eventually you're doing it, instead of stepping back, you're jumping back. Instead of putting your hands right out here, you're putting your hands a bit closer and then stepping back. And then you're bringing your feet in closer together, and before you know it, you're doing proper full burpees. Finding regressions that work for you is the most important fundamental principle of any kind of training, let alone body weight training. You've got to be able to do the exercise correctly. And if that means just doing a half of it, then resetting yourself, as in a pull-up, for example, where you perhaps jump up and then lower yourself down. You just do half the movement, and that builds you up to be able to do the full movement. The same thing with a burpee. You find a way that you can access, and that will allow you to build up, get stronger, and eventually you can do the thing that you told yourself all those years that you hated, and now, guess what? You love it. Nobody really hates the burpees. Everybody actually hates everyone loves the burpee, right? Let's get that right. Burpees are awesome, but again, they need to be as part of a rounded training program. If it is your nemesis, then this is a great way of overcoming that challenge. Hope you enjoyed that, found it useful. Comment below, do whatever you need to do to let me know that was of some benefit for you. And if you want to find out more about the program, check out the links, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the program starting on Monday. Bye for now.